Hello. Good morning. It's in the morning actually. It's 11:45. So across the afternoon. It's sunny outside. It feels good. As you can see, my face is really shiny. It really feels really good. Like you can see, the sky looks fantastic. I won't be driving today, so I'll be home. I'll be driving in a couple minutes, but I won't be driving while I'm filming because sometimes my camera dies when I'm driving. It gets really hard. Today is March 21st, so we have almost only about 10 days before we kick off this month, and we end the quarter system, and we'll be starting the second quarter of 2026. Today's video is going to be about one of my favorite subjects that I took in class, which is called psychology. I love psychology, and it doesn't fit pretty well in economics unless you are doing like behavioral economics. But it's a very fascinating field that is very interesting. You don't need to know too much about psychology, but you need to know a little bit, right? So I took one class in my undergrad, and it's called social psychology, and I learned so much, and I'll talk about this in my many videos to come. So to begin, recently, like this week, California passed the law to change one of the most iconic leader who was celebrated by many Californians as the labor leader. His name is Cesar Chavez, whatever his name is. I'm gonna look it up. His name is Sanchez, something like that. What did I forget? Anyway, he was a labor leader in California. He was advocating Chavez full name. He was Cesar Chavez, something that's how they pronounce his name. Cesar Chavez. He was a Mexican worker, dropped out of school, and he was advocating for many workers in California who were working in farms, underpaid and in very poor condition. These were Mexican migrants and many Hispanic migrants. So his advocates back in 1991 led to one of the biggest labor union in the country, which gave a better pay for workers and better working conditions in California. So he was remembered when I was in California during school. I was taught about him, how good he was, how wonderful he was. So he's remembered as a hero, right? He was born in 1921 and died in 1993. Now, recently there was an investigation from New York Times that found out that he was actually abusing women. He impregnated a couple women in California, and they kept as a secret. But they had two of his children. He raped girls, minor children between the age of 13 and 10 years old. So when this news came out, when this investigation came out, California immediately changed the law, changed the day of his celebration to something else, which I don't remember. They also, the schools started to change the way they teach about his history. This comes after another man, his name is Jeff Epstein, who was also known to be a financier, a successful guy, advising big corporations and big successful people. When they found out he was abusing women, young children, minors, everybody denied him. Everybody put out their hands and they're like, we don't know he's this guy, right? And they hated him. There is an outrage, right? He died in prison. But for some reason, people don't like him anymore. But they used to see him as a hero back in the day, as a really successful financial guy. So this behavior revolves around humans, and I'm interested to know, why do people think like that? Why do people see somebody who's successful they like him, but when they learn about bad things about him, they change their behavior. Luckily, whenever this question comes up, I refer back to social psychology. When I was in school, I had a book that I bought, but I lost that book. I wish I had that right now. It's a book that contains pretty much every single behavior that people do in real life. So Couple Search gave me three psychological terms. One is the cognitive dissonances, and two is the halo effect, and the third is moral decoupling, and the fourth is a betrayal, betrayal trauma. Okay, I will go through these keywords and define them, what they mean. Then I will explain to them why they are relevant and they are good to know in real life. Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort experienced when holding two conflicting beliefs or values, often leading to rationalization to reduce the tension. Okay, and the halo effect is a cognitive bias where the perception of one positive trait influences the overall judgment of a person, while betrayal trauma effects to the emotional pain and confusion resulting from being betrayed by someone trusted. Moral decoupling occurs when individuals separate their moral beliefs from their actions, allowing them to engage in behavior that contradicts their values without feeling guilty. These three terms means a lot. Why these terms came out? I'll give an example here. In the United States, I'll give an example of Cesar Chavez, who was a labor leader, and later on he was seen as a bad guy. So people changed their minds, including politicians, policymakers changed their mind. So institutions changed their mind. They immediately forgot the good things that he has done. They focused more on the bad things that he has done. Right? Jeff Epstein, the guy who has advised millions of successful people, from politicians to bankers to educators, academics, institutions, when they learned about bad things about him, they immediately denounced him and they immediately forgot about the good things he has done. They focused on the bad things he has done. But these things can also be seen in real life, historically, the current, and in the past. Whether it's the current events in Iran, the war going on, whether it's the financial industries, academics, these events can be seen every and each day. For example, going back to the 1950s, African countries in Africa, many Africans, they saw white people as a savior. From 1900s, many Africans always saw white people as savior. They saw them as heroes, as gods. They even worshipped them at some point. They wished to be like them. For generations, many Africans, they would listen to white people in everything they have to say, whether it's to kill their own neighbors, cut their hands, destroy them, do anything. Africans will do it with pride and happiness. In 1945, the United States and Europe were dragged into war caused by Hitler. This war led to massive developments, including communication. Radios and televisions were developed. Not televisions, but radios were developed at the time. And many imageries and many sounds were transferred across the world. Africa became the beneficiary of this technology. And many Africans by 1950s, they could now for the first time hear things happening in the US, in Europe, and all over the world. They learned that for many years, for over 100 years, Black people in the United States have been traumatized, enslaved, beaten, thrown out, spit at, even lynched. And even that, they've been taken away their own rights. Many Africans who learn these things are the Africans who have benefited from the white people themselves. They had education, they could speak English, they are illiterate, educated, and pretty smart. These Africans also had a chance to have access to a white man. They have a chance to go to Europe and check out Europe. When they learn about these things, these bad things about white people, they immediately became outraged. They became angry. They started running a ton and a ton of campaigns convincing that they should kick out the white people. So they did. White people eventually left Africa, and that's what we call independence of today. However, there are people who did not care. There are people who are very poor, illiterate, uneducated. Villagers didn't want to care about anything at all. They were never part of white people. They didn't have a chance to education. So for them, independence didn't mean anything. But these people were convinced by these fellow Africans to join the fight. So they did. But years later, this is like 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, these villagers learned that these heroes, these independent fighters, these freedom fighters, they found out that actually these fellow Africans, they also had influences. They didn't do this by themselves. They were supported by the Western world, whether it was Russia or US or some European countries. So these Africans, they learned that they felt betrayed. Wait a minute, you had access to these people for many years. They asked you to do anything you can do for them. They gave you education, they gave you everything you want. You are privileged. You can fly an aircraft. You can go to the meetings. You have food. You have all the health. You have all the donations and endowments and the money. So Africans outraged, they turned back their leaders. They assassinated them, killed them. We see a series of assassinations from Patrice Lumumba to Kwame Nkrumah, and many other leaders from 1960s of independence, 50s of independence, or 1970s. A series of killings followed. So why? Well, the conflicting beliefs. Even these Africans who killed their leaders, they found out that their leaders were actually their movement to overthrow their leaders was supported in part by Western countries. Those Western countries wanted some kind of things back, whether it's minerals or some diplomatic benefits. So when the Africans learned that, they turned back again and hated their fellow people, supported them, the European people again. So these cycles keep repeating themselves. And an example here is the current governments in Africa. Take, for instance, a country like Rwanda. Rwanda in 1994 had genocide. And if you watch a documentary on YouTube about the BBC that was documenting genocide in Rwanda, a president of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, can be heard speaking. At the time he was a general military. He can be heard speaking in his phone with an American leader at the time. I think she was a foreign relationship leader. When he said, "Madam, they are killing my people," which was a sadness, a very grief speech, showcasing that he was really struggling with a mental and very disturbing stuff that he was seeing at the time. So United States later on and other countries in Europe, they grabbed some help, some aid. They helped Rwanda. Rwanda was rebuilt, became a better country, and succeeded. But years later, Rwanda investigation came out and revealed that the Rwanda genocide was not actually caused not by people who lived there, but by the Western countries. France was involved, Belgium also, and the United States refused to help in giving the military aid and stopping the genocide. When the Rwandans done that, they became really outraged, angry about Western countries, and every day, every speech Kagame gives, he includes the US or Europe as the enemy of Rwanda. Similar can be seen in Uganda, where the government of Rwanda has been supported by the Western countries through buying guns and supports. When they gain the power, they turn back and hate the Western countries. So why? Because they feel betrayed. It's the halo effect. it's cognitive dissonance, and it's also the feeling of betrayed. All right, this feeling is very vital in human beings. They tend to think, they tend to have the positive side, but when the negative side comes up, they immediately hate everything they knew, and everything that they knew was good become questionable. Back in 90s, a group of African Americans were put into category, and they were tested by the scientists in America for a disease called syphilis. Syphilis is a disease that tends to belongs in the STD category, sexual transmission disease, transmitted disease. So this, after many years, these groups were found out that they were actually being tested, used as experiments illegally, and after long battle of legal system was banned, and the study was cut off. However, what came out after that was a long distrust in the U.S. systems, in the U.S. medical systems by the African American community, and for many years, many African Americans have floated into the medical field area just for that same reasons. Even though this instance happens every single day, scientists question themselves, including academics and psychologists, why people feel this way, why people praise somebody all the time and all of a sudden they turn around and hate that person. In politics, it works the same way. United States might support a leader, like including African leaders or Middle Eastern leaders. Then these leaders go out there, they realize that this support comes with strings attached to it, so they turn around. So US and the other person become conflict. They both hate each other, which leads to massive assassinations. This type of events happens because humans, when something happens positive, humans start to see good things. But when bad things happen, humans focus more on bad sides instead of good things. So the bad side overshadow the good side. However, when humans do bad things fast and then they do good things later, good things tend to stick in people's minds much more than the bad things. This can be seen in the gang community. When the gangs kill people growing up, committing crimes, they tend to be seen as heroes, as good people. If they later on, they tend to be seen as bad guys, but when later on they do good things, let's say they build schools, they make music, protect their communities, they are seen as a hero. Similarly, when somebody commits a crime and goes to jail, then gets out of jail and does good things, including maybe go out there, help communities, run for the office, people will see that person as a hero, as a person who has changed, is no longer who he used to be, and they will defend that person all to death. And that means that the good side overshadows the bad side. However, when people like Michael Jackson makes good music, does good things, but later on they find out he did the bad things, those bad things are the overshadows good things and make that person look really, really bad. Humans have conflicting theories. They have conflicting beliefs. These beliefs are very vital in understanding how human thinks. And it also gives us a good sense of how human make decisions in real life. Even though psychologists focuses much more on the theory part, in economics we tend to do more quantitative side. We can make the numbers, the chances of somebody quitting smoking or keep smoking. Okay, is smoking bad or good? Is stealing bad or good? Is committing a crime bad or good? These moral beliefs that conflict each other affects humans every single day. And humans also do not take time to see another side. For example, if somebody was celebrated as a hero, however you turn around and you say that person was bad, or how do you know he was a hero, that does not go with those people who see that person as good. Okay, This scenario affects everybody. Doesn't matter if they're politician, academic, smart, non-smart. Everybody has the same type of um, beliefs. Now, these beliefs also affects people's real life events. For example, a recent study from Indeed the labor market, they found out that politics affects people's working performance in jobs, and the companies do hire based on political beliefs that is circulating around the internet. For example, you have seen back in 2020 or 2025 when many companies were hiring based on DEI. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and investments. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. I tend to forget this term. I never went to school for social issues, so I don't know much, but I know it means a lot in the HR and the recruiting environment. So companies would advertise themselves as DEI friendly. That's because at the time, DEI was very popular and it came as a way to calm the situation in 2020 protests. The protests that came after George Floyd's death. These events led many companies to align themselves towards the DEI movements so that they can attract many workers. But when Donald Trump came and he struck down the DEI movement, many companies took down their DEI initiatives because the people were starting to question it. Is DEI really effective? Is it benefiting me? Right? So people start to question these things, and the companies took it down as a way to avoid getting in trouble or as a way of avoiding getting backlash. Politics shapes many events in our lives. People make decisions based on these things. Cognitive dissonance, I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly, also affects our physical being. Like if you know somebody was a hero, hard worker, right? Then you learn that that person has been a bad guy. You lose energy, you lose strength, you become slower. You can see this from Jeff Epstein's file. When politicians found out that they were engaged, they were advised, they trusted somebody who was raping children. Imagine you sitting in the room who's an adult who has good communication skills, understands the economics, understands. So my camera became hot, so I had to move to a different spot because the sun from the window is hitting my camera and my camera shut down automatically. So what I was saying is that you're in a room with somebody whom you trust. That person gives you advice, gives you all the things that you need, right? They help you get financial benefits, right? From Queen Elizabeth to Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, like all these big successful people. But then you learn that this person was actually a bad guy. That conflicts with your own beliefs. When that hits you, you receive some kind of physical discomfort. Okay, that makes you less comfortable. Okay, that makes you change your beliefs, change what you think. Okay, so humans go through these things every single day. However, now majority of people belong into categories. There are people who do say, you know what, I know Jeff Epstein was bad, but I don't care. Okay, I didn't know he was bad, but I don't care. I just see good side of him. Or I know he was good, he was bad. I didn't know he was bad, but now I know. I'm changing my mind. Okay, and there are those people who say, I know why people are bad in Africa, they did bad things, but I don't care. I still love them. But there are those who say, you know what, I hate white people, they did bad things, I don't want to see them. I'm on the extreme side. Okay, people usually fall into these two categories. Okay, in economics, this is in mathematics actually, because economics is math. In mathematics, this is a probability of 1 and 0. Okay, in the United States, you have things like the Republicans versus Democrats. These two party function is on two sides. ones and zeros, right? You are either Republican or the Democrats, okay? Very few people or minorities tends to be moderate or become neither of the two. But so zeros and ones, right? So humans who fall into these two categories, they usually fall back and forth depending on the influences of the events. So the New York Times comes up with an investigation, says Cesar Chavez was a rapist, raped women, girls. People immediately went from positive side 1 to 0 to become negative side, or to even negative 0. So why do people do these things? Because people are easily influenced. We cannot control our mental thinking. In fact, when we think we are smarter, we actually turn out to be dumber. And when we think we are dumber, it turns out we are actually smarter. Humans don't actually become smarter as they think. And they think they know everything, but actually they don't. So next time somebody tells you, I know how physics works, actually they don't. However, when somebody doesn't know anything about something, that person is the smartest guy. A person who questions things, who doubts things, that's the person who's actually very smart. They know they don't know everything, but they actually keep on questioning it and keep on searching for the truth, right? In real life, humans don't have the mental capability to find out further. They observe the information, they consume it, and they don't care. But why? That's because people don't invest anything in acquiring knowledge. They don't invest anything in acquiring something. If I was watching the news right now for free on YouTube, I would take everything they tell me, including the fake videos that were posted by Pentagon on the internet showcasing that they are bombing Iran, and in reality those videos were just simply videos from the game videos that were posted by a company in San Francisco. That makes it easy to believe because I didn't pay anything to get this news. I didn't pay any money, but the consequences are viral. It manipulates your brain, makes you outraged, and it makes you make decisions that cannot be returned. For instance, when a company called Target followed Trump's order and eliminated DEI, many African Americans, they went to the internet and they boycotted the Target, and Target had to apologize. That's because many African Americans, who obviously were mostly women, who were the pioneer of the DEI movements, they found out that DEI, the company they've been supporting for many years, is now first, and all of a sudden dismantling DEI programs. They became outraged. They hate the company. They stopped buying their stuffs. They stopped supporting it. So why? Why does a company that was initially actually being supported by these groups, all of a sudden their products became bad, they became terrible just because they changed their ideas and their beliefs? This is the idea behind manipulation. We all get manipulated. The difference is, how do we question the manipulation? How do we find out? And how seriously do we take things? There are people who are also known as zero. People who are known as maybe. They don't really care. They don't really know the outcome. They admit they don't know much, so they choose to stay neutral. These people, they can either pick one side, but they don't go all the way in, and they're always open-minded. These people are the most successful people in the world. Usually, they don't fall on either side. They tend to stay in a neutral side. Is Jeff Epstein a bad guy or good guy? Is it a good guy? Maybe. So my camera is getting really hot. I don't know why. I think my room is hot, probably. I'm not too sure. But to end this video, I'm just want to say that this is very important to know that in anything you do in your life, you need to question things. I made a video in the past where I spoke about statistics, and how statistics manipulates people. But the numbers are not the only thing that manipulates people. words do. For instance, people believe that Jesus was born and was a nice guy, never got married, and is always the savior sent by God. We don't know any bad side of Jesus. Why? Because we never know. But if there was an investigation that comes out and says Jesus was a bad guy, people will always turn back and refuse to believe in him. This can also be seen when Jesus was actually in the Bible, when he was going around preaching, turning water into wine, healing the dead and healing people, healing a lot of people. When it was time for his judgment, people learned about things that he has done, including destroying temples, and they learned that he was not God. In fact, they learned that he was against some of the oligarchies, a lot of the leaders at the time, who have seen to be very famous and strong leaders. And when people learned that he was actually not supporting of their leadership, people immediately denied him, and they started seeing him as some kind of self-proclaimed God's son, and immediately supported his prosecution, and he was killed. So humans make decisions all the time, but you can avoid this. You can avoid this by being a person who sees things on both sides. It's gonna make you safer, it's gonna save you time, it's gonna make you successful in life more than anyone else. Being extreme-sided and also opening an eye and keeping your brain open is gonna save you more time and more peace of mind in the future. Don't get me wrong, there are things that need to be changed. There are times where you need to be extremely aggressive on things, step up, advocate, because without people like Martin Luther King Jr., who didn't step up and ordered to end some of the ridiculous laws like Jim Crow laws, we wouldn't have civil rights laws today. If we didn't have leaders, if we didn't have people who went to Africa and colonized it, like white people, we wouldn't have developments today. We wouldn't have independence days today. We wouldn't have a lot of open up eyes, right? But things do, in fact, happen. If we didn't have World War IIs, we couldn't have had, organizations like WTOs and the NGOs that floating around today. So the point that I make here today is that people would always change their mind, and you do not want to be one of those people. You want to question things. You want to know, especially good things. It's a good idea to question good things. Question good things and also question bad things, and they come to a conclusion. Okay, this is gonna be my last video because my camera is dying all the time because it's getting really hot in my room. But that thing I want to say is that forget what I was saying. Just be mindful of what you hear, what you see, what you learn, and be mindful of manipulation and trigger. Things like the media, books, schools, politicians, songs, movies, academics, religions, they are all out there influencing each other. And there's nothing wrong with influencing each other, but you gotta keep in mind that you should always say maybe, because something happens and everything happens for a reason. There is always going to be good things and bad things about somebody, because we all have done something that we think was good but also bad for others. A rapist may rape a children thinking it's a good thing to themselves. In economics, this is fulfilling their own desire. Meanwhile, others may see this as bad. Other than that, thanks for watching. Like always, bye-bye. Ciao, ciao. Adios. Spasiba. Take care. Gracias. Bye-bye. Hello. Today, I just made a video earlier. So, I'm driving, but this video won't be like typical video. Just go showcasing outside. I've been here before. If you don't know, you can check my other videos. This is Washington DC. People are going outside. You can see right? It feels good. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. The temperature is 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and time is 2 p.m. The traffic is very heavy. I don't know if I'm gonna catch up, but it's extremely heavy. Other than that, I just want to say that it feels really good outside. Ever seen this? Like, you should be out right now walking. Everybody's walking outside, everybody's enjoying the sun. So I won't be filming as much. I'm just gonna be filming some occasional events. If I see something cool, I'm gonna film it, and if not, then I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, the traffic is really heavy today. It's really heavy. It's pretty bad. It's Saturday. I don't know why the traffic is so bad. It's Saturday, March 21st. Sure, shouldn't be this heavy, but it is, because everybody's out, everybody's working, going somewhere, whether it's to visit families, visit friends, maybe check out some beaches somewhere, go on a beach somewhere or something, right? So other than that, I'm gonna turn off the camera, play the music, and I'm gonna turn the camera on back again if the traffic clears off. It's moving slowly, but it's pushing behind almost 5 minutes. Alright, bye bye, see you in a minute. Alright, updates. Traffic has cleared really quick, but you can see in the back it's really bad. And it's gonna take up in a few minutes. It's moving actually. It's not too bad. I was about to say earlier, so you can see the trees already turning green, right? That is something positive, right? When you see the trees turning green. However, for me, it's a different story. Like, I'm getting sick, and by April next month, I'm gonna be fully sick. When the flower starts to come out, I'm gonna be sneezing. I don't know if I should wear a mask. I don't know if that would help, but it does help. When I was in COVID-19 2020 COVID, when I wear a mask, even though I shouldn't have wear a mask, when I wear a mask, I never seen any sneezing from 2020 until 2023 when I stopped wearing mask. So no sneezing, no coughing, nothing. So maybe having mask helps. Traffic is clearing off, it's green, and let's go. Folks are not moving, and what's going on. Let's go. This light goes really fast, especially when people are crossing. Yeah, I don't like when they have people and cars crossing at the same time. Like, they should have people cross. The area like this that has more traffic, they should have people cross their own, let them pass, then stop them, then have cars pass. It speeds up the traffic, so everything clears off fast. But when people are crossing, especially when there's like an event of high school kids, the traffic piles up because people can cross for hours non-stop. That is insane. So that being said, I'm gonna turn the camera off, and I'll be turning the camera back on again when I get to stop for another traffic. I think the vehicle's moving now, so we should be good. I'm playing music. Okay, I'm not too sure what's going on here, but it looks like there's a traffic piling up. Restaurants opening, sushi, beer, wine to go. Nice restaurant. This guy telling us to repent. Kingdom of God is coming. Yes, sir. When he's gonna come? He's been on his way since 50 years ago. I like this light. This is my favorite light in my whole entire drive, because it stays for so long and it clears traffic really fast. I like it. One of my favorite traffic light here. How about this side? Alright, hitting the tunnel. and heading over to Virginia. My favorite tunnel, I always enjoy. It feels cool in here because there's no sun hitting the ground. It feels cool. You can feel it. It's a different feeling. I keep forgetting turning my lights on because it makes me invisible outside, which is not cool. Okay, thanks for watching. Always, bye bye. My camera is dying. Ciao ciao. Alright, that's why I like to have an extra battery. So there's some music in the background. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I choose to turn it off or the volume. But I just got a new battery, and I got into the highway right now. And now I got into the highway, and there is traffic is here, but it's not too bad. It's actually very light. The vehicles are moving. Yes, I went from this one. You get traumatized by traffic, right? Somebody might think, oh, this is a lot of traffic. To me, this is very light. We are moving. Usually it's like parked and stops. Nobody's moving at all. But this right now, so we're moving, so this is good. So it feels okay, and I should be able to catch up after this tunnel here, because this intersection is here creates a huge traffic. You can see as the vehicles emerge, creates huge traffic. I remember when I drove here, like I don't know, like this is like 5 years ago. Everything looked brand new, very strange. I was scared to get in there. Like, you see how the roads are like sweeping around. Some go this way, some goes this way, right? It's very confusing. But now I'm used to it. Like, it's pretty normal. It's pretty normal. It's fascinating how you get used to something, it becomes normal. The traffic is opening up right now, so I should be able to speed up a little bit and catch up with the rest of everybody. Okay, so I carry an extra battery. When it's sunny like this, the battery dies pretty fast. You know, it goes really fast. I don't know how to fix this, but hopefully I get a new GoPro one day and I'll use a new GoPro. This one dies really fast. It does not sustain the heat. Maybe I should have a cover that covers the GoPro so it doesn't get hot. You see these buses over here? These are tour buses. There's one here. There's two on that side. So tour buses arrive around March, the beginning of March, after the snow gets out, and that's because it's gonna be purple. It's gonna be really shiny in the coming few weeks. From 29, there's gonna be a lot of beautiful, good-looking flowers everywhere. So people are coming in for a tour from all over the world, Europe, and mostly Asians love flowers. Why traffic is piling up again? So on this corner here, there's even more traffic now stopping by. That's because the vehicles are emerging from this side. So there are vehicles coming from this side, emerging over. They are creating a wave of traffic. But yeah, tourists have arrived already to check out the Washington DC. When you live here for a long time, you kind of realize like why people so obsessed with DC. But when you follow the news, you kind of imagine how people think when they hear things like, oh, Trump is destroying Iran, the Pentagon, the army, the power in Washington DC. Like, you know, living in DC is like one of the kids who have access to a palace, a kingdom, and they don't get to realize how powerful their kingdom is until they go out. So when you live in DC, you don't really imagine how powerful this city is, like how the consequences, right? Like we're the most protected city in the world, right? We are benefiting from a massive protections from the president. Yes, there is crimes, again, there's crimes for local people, but you know, for the most part, there is protections from any major events that can happen, you know. So look at that, flowers everywhere, right? So people from all over the world, they are fascinated by the city, so they come in here to visit. You know, some people, some organizations like schools bring their children here to study politics, to study, to visit the White House, Pentagon. Which Pentagon is for security, White House is for executive orders, right? Then you have the Treasury, which is for that manages finance and trade. You have Federal Reserve, which manages physical monetary and interest rates. Then you have Congress that passes laws, right? You have Judicial, which enforces the law. You know, you have all kinds of branches here to do a lot of amazing stuff. So that being said, the traffic is opening back up. We should be able to go fast. You see, every time there is an emerging, you can see how the traffic slows down. Yeah, you can clearly see how the traffic is emerging and everybody slows down. You see, and when we slow down, people go to the right, to the left side. Then this guy also slows down. Then the entire traffic slows down. All right, this is one of the best ways to analyze traffic, I guess. Now it's opening up. Now we are cruising. Look at the guy on the bike. Look at these guys on the bike. You see those guys? This is one of the best places in this area. You ride a bike, you can see the Potomac River on this side, another Potomac River on this side, right? There's always benefits in riding a bike here, walking around and running and exercising. So traffic is clear and we are cruising at 40 miles per hour, which is the speed limit on the bridge. And this goes all the way down there. Like it's a very long, what is it? Very long, I forgot the name of it. Trail. The trail that goes down to the park, all the way down there. Oh my God, this guy is slowing down so fast. Why are you slowing down? Because you see the cops or Alright, I'm gonna turn the camera off and enjoy the music because I've filmed here before many times, 100 times, right? Air Force Memorial, there's an Air Force Memorial here, and my favorite place to see or to film whenever I'm driving is the Pentagon. And Pentagon on weekends, soldiers do not work. Okay, do you see that? Pentagon. That is Pentagon over here. It's empty. Nobody's here. The entire area is closed. Pentagon was built in 1940s. Okay, and it's the #1 building in the world. Okay, you see that? Pentagon is the #1 building in the world that was built so fast, like really fast, which tells you that America can do anything. Like the USA can do anything. They can build homes for each and every individual American within a month. Okay, they are capable of doing everything. They just choose not to. So Pentagon is pretty huge. It's complicated. You can get in and get lost. It's huge. It's bigger. So other than that, thanks for watching. Like always, ciao ciao. Adios, spasiba, and gracias. Bye bye. Hello, I am back. It's in the evening. Look at that airplane flying. Do you see it? Oh, it's too far. My camera won't zoom in, but that's American airline. Look at how it's standing. So cool. I hope you can see if you're on the screen, on the big screen. There's also a monument behind the scene. If you see this vehicle, there's like a monument behind it. Anyway, there's traffic here. There's an accident to about a mile from now, and they're gonna be stuck here for like 20 minutes. Just in the video, this is just to show that there's gonna be an accident. I don't know what it is, but the traffic starts from here on this bridge, then goes all the way to the intersection. There is always traffic on that area. I don't know why. Also, this is for the first time I've seen this building here. This is the first time. Remember when I drive here, there's always all kinds of trees covering the area. There was also like a bunch of machines, but now it looks like this everything's cleared off. Now we can see the visibility. There is like a trail on that side that goes over, so pretty cool, pretty beautiful. I don't know what goes in here. I really have no idea. But I will turn the camera on back again, and then I will show off. See the tractor? There's a tractor over here. The metro comes that side, then goes beneath, then it comes out on the other side. Okay. It's called Long Bridge Park. Long Bridge Park. Oh, it's a park. Okay, makes sense now. Long Bridge Park. Alright, it says congestion ahead, expect delay. This is gonna be the longest video I ever made. It's almost like an hour of filming. But right now it's not too cold. It's actually warm. It's 68 degrees. So my camera won't die today. It's gonna be okay. There's always an accident here, and it's insane. But also there's always traffic on Monday to Friday on this bridge. But today happens to be pretty much no traffic around at all. Reagan National Airport. Reagan National Airport. Alright, let me turn off let me move this side, because I don't think this is going very slow. This is not taking me anywhere, because the vehicles are merging, is slowing down. Let me turn the camera off. I'll be right back once I get closer to the actual accident to show what kind of accident is actually going on, because there's an accident ahead, which is about it happens like at the end. It's like a mile or so. But look at the traffic in the back, speeding up. You can see the traffic. Then you have also another traffic coming from this side. There's a metro here, so it's going down. All right, camera off, cut. There's a police here. I don't know what are they doing here, but there's a cops on this side. I still don't know what could be going on, but these cops have nothing to do with our traffic. There's more traffic on this side, so I guess there's an accident on here. There is a stranded vehicle on this side. This vehicle is stranded. So traffic on this side, traffic on the other side, accident here, cops on this side. So crazy moment. Oh, I'm putting music in the background. I don't wanna copyright it. music. Let me throw down the volume. The traffic is slowing down. It's actually is speeding up. I mean, it is speeding up. I like these solar panels everywhere. This is pretty cool. What was that? Oh, that was a vehicle. I thought somebody was hit. This is called Francis Case Memorial Bridge. So this bridge is named after Francis Case. I've been driving here for like 1 year and I didn't even know the name of this bridge. Okay. Ooh, look at the braking. Do you see that braking? Dude was fast. That was the most brutal braking. Everybody's going fast, trying to get home on time. Rushing and rushing and rushing and rushing and rushing. Look at that view. Oh, I missed it. Georgetown University. They have the best view on the ocean, on the river, Potomac River. Look at that side, the Potomac River. Looks like there's no accident. So GPS lied to me, or the accident is cleared already. It's supposed to be around here. So it was reported. There's no accident. Okay, so it's cleared. So what caused the accident? I mean, there's nothing in here, to be honest. Everything is really empty, and there's no emerging either. Or there's an emerging traffic. Is it? Yeah, from this side. Maybe like 1 or 2 vehicles emerging. You see, one of the biggest reasons why vehicles slow down is the emerging. People are going this way, others are coming from that side to this side, right? And that causes traffic. Like right now, everything's clearing off. We are up to go. When somebody's turning like that, going this side, you can protect them by staying in one lane until they turn over, because they can see you in the mirror. That's how you protect them. Oh, that's all I have. I'm gonna just turn off the camera. I'm going in the tunnel. It's gonna be really dark in the tunnel. Thanks for watching. Like always, bye bye, ciao ciao, take care, and adios, spasiba. It's a long video. I apologize. I hope you enjoy it. And if not, watch the other one that's coming up tomorrow. Bye bye, see you tomorrow. And ciao ciao. It's dark, it's very dark in the car. Spasiba, adios, and gracias.